Welcome to episode 19 of the Caleb Quimby podcast. In this episode, I'm going to be discussing just trying to find people to interview and or why I think that's important. So I listen to a lot of podcasts, as you guys probably know. That's pretty much what I spend most of my time listening to, especially when I'm at the gym. When I'm at the gym, instead of listening to music, I prefer to listen to podcasts. That just is one of the best things that I've been able to do because it's pretty much found time. So when I'm at the gym, I'll throw on a podcast. I'll throw on The Art of Charm, Jordan Harbinger Show, Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson's lectures, something that is going to engage my mind, because when I'm thinking at the gym, I don't really have to think about the words. I just let my brain understand what it needs to understand, and that really helps me out a lot. It's just what I'm wanting to do right now is I want to find people to interview, and I want to find people to listen to, I want to find people to ask questions about. I just feel like I have to find a specific niche, and I know that that's what everybody else says is like, yeah, you need to find a niche, you need to find a niche, you need to find a niche. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. My one issue with that, though, is I'm like, well, the people that I'm talking with, they don't really have successful businesses, and they don't really have, like, they're still working a 9-to-5 job. Some of them are entrepreneurs, or they might have entrepreneurial tendencies. It's just that it's not their entire outlook on life. So my whole thing is I want to be able to interview people that at least have a story to tell, and everybody has a story to tell. I'm just curious as to whether or not other people will find that interesting. And the trickiest part about that whole thing is that I may find it interesting, and there's probably other people out there too that would also find it interesting, because everybody's got a story. Everybody's got something that they want to tell, and something that I've been learning from Gary Vaynerchuk, or that I did learn from Gary Vaynerchuk, was document over create. And right now I've been creating, I've been documenting my stories of what I've been having accomplished throughout my daily life. It's just that's not something that I absolutely have to know how to do. So the tricky thing is that I'm trying to have to realize is like, how or where do I find people to interview? Do I just do a Skype call? Do I just call them over Skype and just record that and post that online? Or do I keep just doing these solo episodes? Like, that's the thing that I'm trying to understand is what is the best way for me to convey my information that I have while still listening to other people? Because that's something I really, really enjoy, is I really enjoy listening to what other people have to say. I really enjoy hearing their stories. I really enjoy listening to their thoughts, their ideas, their ideologies, their habits, their stories, like just what they're doing on a daily basis. I really enjoy listening to that because I'm able to pick up new ideas. I'm able to pick up new ways of thinking. I'm just curious as to whether or not that'll be valuable to somebody else. Like, yeah, it's valuable to me because I feel like once we start to be able to talk with one person, we can start to understand how to talk to every person. And that could be a child, an adult, any you name them. Like, you can start to talk to anybody. And I feel like the more you start to communicate with more people, the more that you can communicate with other types of people. And you can start to communicate with anybody anywhere on the world in any way, shape, or form. And that's the cool thing about this world that we live in, or that I live in. Well, I guess everybody lives in it. You can talk with anybody you want to talk with. Like, I prefer talking with people that are smarter than myself. I prefer listening to people that are smarter than myself. And that's a lot of people. I prefer improving. I prefer growing. I prefer showing like, hey, yeah, this right here, these are the changes that I'm making. These are the changes that I'm growing towards, and these are the changes that I'm going to be making in my daily life. And like getting to that point, it was kind of an epiphany almost of sorts. I want to stand up, but something that I'm trying to realize or show you guys is like, you can really accomplish anything you want in your life. And I want to show you guys that by having other people tell their stories with you, sharing their stories. The tricky part is, well, maybe it's not a tricky part. Maybe it's more just me having to figure out what's right or what's best or who you guys would want to listen to. Because I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like you guys might want to listen to, I don't know. Like, would you find a story interesting of how somebody had a crash and broke their leg and then was told they were never going to walk again and then eventually did walk? Or somebody who had a heart attack at the age of 35 or 40 and is still living to this day? Or, like, would you want to hear a story about how I don't know. Like, What stories do you want to hear? What stories are valuable to you? Like, I mean, I guess everybody has different stories. Everybody has a different view of what story they want to hear, what story they don't want to hear. I'm just trying to figure out what story is the best story, but maybe there is no best story. Maybe the story in itself is the story. Maybe just talking about the story, maybe just sharing the story, maybe just having the conversation is story enough. Like, it could be, couldn't it? Well, why not? I mean, that's a fair point because, I mean, like, if you think about it, any way that anybody does anything could technically be a story. Like me waking up this morning, that's a story. Or the dreams that I had last night, that's a story. And the only way to get better at telling stories is by listening to other people's stories and creating my own stories. Like, that's really one of the best ways that I could think about being able to get better at stories. I'm just, like, really right now all I'm doing is I'm just thinking out loud. I'm just trying to document what I have going on in my mind. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is the best way to convey information in a way that people actually want to listen to it? What story do you guys want to hear? What's my market? And that's the trickiest thing is, like, who is this for? Who is what I am doing for? Who's what you're doing for? Who's it for? I want to say that it's for, let me read exactly what I wrote down. Like, I want to say that it's for passionate entrepreneurs who want to sell information and not a product while maintaining control over your life. Like, I kind of feel like that's what it's about. Or entrepreneurs who are looking for a change in their daily life who want to sell information, not a product. Then what's it for? Creating financial freedom, having the ability to have control over time, allowing entrepreneurs to talk about their one thing. What is the worldview of the audience you're seeking to reach? The market is flooded, and there is no reason why people would listen to what I have to talk about. Well, that would actually be what are they afraid of? And then what would the worldview be? Is open to change and new opportunities? What stories will it tell, and is it true example of all the different/same people in similar niches and showing how they are different and describing why/how they are different? Yes, because yes, it is true because real world examples. What change are you seeking to make? Helping to transform the life of those to something they are passionate about, because passion is everything. Helping entrepreneurs find their passion. How will it change their status? Will be more confident, have something to talk about, gain an intelligence. How will you reach the early adopters and neophiliacs? Discussion boards, Instagram, a few FBA ads, forums. Because then I also asked another question, was like, how do I find people who don't know about this world of passion work? And I had this idea, I don't know if it'll work, but go to forums or discussion boards and offer an opportunity by providing value by making it about them. Like, talking about what they're passionate about, being like, hey, yeah, you can make a living off of talking about baseball, talking about diving, football, basketball, jumping, rope, jumping, dunking, podcasting. Like, you can make a living off of anything. Those are just off the top of my head. What will they tell their friends? I get to work when I want by talking about my passion. Why will they tell their friends? Because they see they can talk and make money off their passion. They will want, because once they see they can talk and make money off their passion, they will want to share their info with their friends. Where's the network effect that will propel this forward? I figure word of mouth, testimonials, YouTube, potential podcast, affiliates, emails, Instagram, and ClickFunnels possibly. I figure ClickFunnels is a fairly good option. I'll try it out. Read both Russell Brunson's books in like 2 days, so I figure I might as well give it a try, see if there's any value to be added from doing ClickFunnels and being able to get people in my funnel so that then they can just pretty much get the whole like product and be more willing, because I feel like once you pay for something, you're a lot more inclined, or you're a lot more willing to actually put in the work to actually make that money back. Now, if you're just giving something for free, I don't think that you'll actually put in the time and effort to actually create something. So like free t-shirts. Do you ever actually wear free t-shirts? I mean, some people might. I know I rarely ever wear free t-shirts, if ever. I usually wear the things that I pay for. So it's the same thing with like a product or something or a book. Like if you're just handed a book and you don't actually pay for it, the likelihood of you actually reading it is probably slim to none. So it's the same thing that applies to like buying an information product. If you're not buying the product, then why would you be paying for it in the first place? So I'm trying to find some people that can hopefully bring more value than just my own experiences so that you guys can see like, hey, yeah, there are other people out there doing the exact same thing that I'm talking about. What assets are you building? Online training course with video challenges and one-on-one calls. Are you proud of it? Yeah, I'm proud of what I'm doing. I don't know, because so my whole I don't know what like who's it for or like the discussion boards that I would go to is like maybe marketing boards, but I talk about marketing, but I don't know, maybe I need to find people that talk about marketing more. Bodybuilding, I know bodybuilding, but I don't do research on it. Yoga, I like doing yoga. I'm reading a book on yoga right now, more or less. Meditation, I do that every single day. I think that that's extremely powerful. Mindfulness, I love just like the power of the mind and how much you can actually challenge it beyond its limits that you actually thought you were capable of doing in the first place. Motivation, I always love motivating people. Like it's just what I do. I love the motivation aspect of it. I love the motivation aspect of it. Human behavior, like that's just kind of psychology. I feel like once you understand people, you can start to communicate with them better and you can start to persuade them in a way that will be beneficial for them. Persuasion ties into the human behavior, and then philosophy, because I feel like you got to understand philosophical questions, or at least have philosophical questions, the questions that may or may not have answers to them, because you don't want to be the one that's always pushed. You don't want to be Sisyphus. You don't want to be the one that's pushing the rock up the hill just to have it roll back down the hill. And I feel like a lot of people do that in their daily life. They go to work, or they wake up, they go to work, they have the same breakfast, they have the same dinner, they have the same lunch. And trust me, I'm guilty of this, but like I'm trying to build something more. So I mean, I'm having a little bit of difference and change from time to time, but for the most part, like I just don't want to be somebody that's doing the same thing day in and day out, because what's the point in that? Our lives, I feel like, need to have more meaning than that. And that's one of the reasons why I want to start to talk with other people. I want to find because that's something I really, really enjoy doing. I really love listening to what other people have to say. I love listening to their stories. I love listening to what they have to provide. My main fear, and I know it's probably just subtly my main fear because I haven't actually asked other people about it, but like asking them, be like, hey, do you mind if we have a conversation? I'll record it and then I'll put it online. I think that's really all I got to do is just be like, hey, I see that you're doing a successful business right now. I see that you're creating a product. Would you like to share your information about this product? Or would you like to talk about how, like, hey, you shouldn't be chasing the money? But, like, I think I need to get better at not interrupting. I need to understand when to just stay quiet, just take a breath, and just be like, yeah, okay, yeah, I understand. Like, and not just jump in. Like, only speak when my thoughts actually have a thought, or when I actually hear the thought in my head, then interject. Otherwise, just like stay quiet for the most part, because that's when a lot of stories are actually get told. Like, I mean, for me, on my last podcast that I did, like I talked for an hour and 15 minutes or so, and I think I did that mainly because it was just I was trying to fill a space. So I think when there's quiet, sometimes people just try and fill a space. Like, I mean, could be true, very well could be true. Like, I don't know if I'm going to go for 30 minutes today. I might only do 15 just because, like, yeah, I could go longer and I could talk about more. I just want to maybe see if I can maybe reach a different audience by making it shorter. Because if I make it shorter, I might be able to reach more people. But if I make it shorter, then I might not be able to reach the people that I want to reach. See, but who are the people that I want to reach? I want to reach the people that are wanting to make a change. And who's wanting to make a change? I figure people that are in a rough spot that don't like where their life is going. Where would I find those people, though? I feel like I could find those people. That's the question. That's because where was I found? Well, I was found on videos watching like pickups, like how to pick up chicks. That's where I was found. That's how I got introduced to this world. So where would I find people in the same realm? Motivation channels, possibly? People that are wanting to be motivated? Well, then, I mean, technically I'd just be grabbing or borrowing their customers, Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just kind of how this world works. I might check that out. Because I could do marketing via that way or join those communities. Those are the communities that I like. It's just like, I like motivating people that aren't motivated. I know it's challenging. My ears are ringing right now. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out every single day. Every single day I'm just trying to figure it out. I think I'm actually going to tie it off right here. Like, inhale confidence, exhale doubt. That's actually really good. Breathing's everything. So, I don't know. I'll try for next week or the week after that and see what I can come up with. See if I can possibly get somebody to interview. I just want it to add value, though. That's the thing. I want it to add value to people. This is challenging. This is very challenging. It's a lot more challenging than I kind of thought. Well, I love what I'm doing, though. That's the thing. I love talking about what I'm talking about. I just wish... No, I don't wish. I want to be able to create something more. I want to be able to create more than I thought I was capable of creating. I want to share this information. I want to share this knowledge. There's only one, maybe two ways to do that. No, there's probably multiple ways to do that. I don't know. Dude, I don't know. Maybe I'm not an expert in one thing. See, but I know what I have to do. I don't know. I like listening. If I like listening, then just start asking people. See, but I don't have... No, that's just an excuse. It's just an excuse. That's all it is. Like, I could say I don't have this or I don't have that. I don't have the money. So then find other ways to make it. Be like, how could I make the money? What could I do to make the money? What could I do to buy this equipment that I need? Yeah. I don't know. I'll think about it a little bit more. Anyways, though, like, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna lift. Like, that's what I've been waiting for. I want to go to the gym. I fucking love the gym. I love it so much. I would like to have somebody follow me around with a camera. Like, if that's all possible. Like, hey, just follow me around with a camera. Like, yeah, I'll pay you. But I don't have money to pay people right now. And I know I'm just complaining about fucking bullshit. Life. Oh. Dude. I just want to listen. I want to share people's stories. That's what I'm good at. I'm good at listening. So just let people talk. Where do I find the people? How do I find the people? They're somewhere. Like, they got to be somewhere, but where? Where are they? Well, I hate this chair. No, I don't hate this chair. It's a nice chair. It's just not very comfortable for sitting in the ways that I want to sit in it. No, but I can find people anywhere. I'll find them. All. I'll find them. I'll figure it out. If you're not making mistakes, then you're not making decisions. So make lots of mistakes. Go on in this world living the way that you want to live. Do what you want to do with your life. Catherine Cook said that. I just don't have much to say today, you guys. I don't know what else to say, and I don't want to waste your time, so I'm just gonna end it right here. I love you. I hope you have a wonderful week, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys on Wednesday.